Am I really gonna have to admit that I was wrong about this 12-year-old CPU? Is it not legendary? 1440p Crimson Desert is pretty legendary if you ask me. I think we need to get to the bottom of this. Is this 12-year-old i7-4790k legendary? Or is it not? So I went ahead and paired this with AMD's strongest graphics card possible, the RX 9070 XT, and then I tested it in 13 different games in 1440p, including Arc Raiders, Crimson Desert, and Pragmata. And then I took the average FPS of each game, combined all of those numbers together, and divided that number by 13 to get 84 average FPS in 1440p. Now, be sure to hold on to that number, because we're going to need it later in the video. I'm not sure that that helps us identify if it's legendary, though. So let's go ahead and take the 1% lows of those tests. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's like this video here of Black Myth Wukong, where the pictures have suddenly stopped, and now it looks more like a book instead of a video. Or again, the same game where the monkey has suddenly learned how to teleport from one place to another. When you're running a benchmark, the lower your 1% lows are, the more you're going to stutter or freeze like you saw there in Black Myth Wukong. In fact, here, take a look at Arc Raiders. No, it wasn't your screen that was frozen. And of course, there were games like Borderlands 4 where suddenly I gained the ability to levitate. And also games like Fortnite where the gameplay looks similar to a slideshow presentation from 2010. But despite the lag and my terrible aim, it didn't stop me from getting an 11 kill win. I guess a weird flex for a 35-year-old dad, huh? And then of course there were games like the finals that I expected to run pretty well, but you can tell it's pretty choppy. And honestly, a lot of them had pretty okay 1% lows with some beautiful gameplay, including games like Pragmata here, where this is just stunning for a 12-year-old processor. Or a game like Space Marine 2 that I expected to run kinda roughly, but take a look at how good this looks. And another game that I expected to kinda have some issues with Spider-Man 2, but if you look at these clips here, it looks pretty darn good. Hold on. I don't think that this is representative though, because not everybody just uses a processor for gaming. So I went ahead and opened up a web browser, and then another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and then I also opened Discord just for the heck of it, and ran the same exact tests again. And here we have the first results of 1440p, and now we have the 1440p results with 10 web browsers open and Discord as well. Now, there were some weird circumstances in there where we actually saw improvement running all those things, but we can chalk that up to human error probably. And then of course, what I did expect to happen happened with games like Counter-Strike 2, where there was obviously a big dip. While this information of 1440p testing is great, the hardware community actually prefers 1080p testing. When you test in 1080p, it actually allows the processor to isolate itself for the pure raw performance. So when you test it at 1080p, you're actually allowing the processor to be pushed as far as it can, opposed to the graphics card or anything else kicking in and lending it a hand. So I ran the same exact test in 1080p, and the results were almost identical, outside of Cyberpunk and Where Winds Meet. So I used the same formula from before. The sum of the average FPS divided by 13 to get 88 average FPS in 1080p. Again, remember we need to hold on to these numbers for later in the video. And then I decided that, to be fair, I should probably run 1080p with 10 web open browsers and Discord running in the background. So here are the previous results, and here are the results with all that stuff running now. It's not really that different, is it? Now, when we're talking 1% lows, there were absolutely some areas of improvement compared to 1440p. In fact, let's take a look at Black Myth Wukong. Remember how that looked pretty awful before? Watch this. And do you recall how Arc Raiders looked? Well, take a look at this. Or at least that's what I thought was going to happen until now I had to deal with this again. And do you remember how I gained the ability to levitate in Borderlands 4? Well, here's some really smooth gameplay in 1080p. And then we had some games like Fortnite, which still had some pretty bad 1% lows. But then pretty much everything else was a pretty bad drop, including games like Apex Legends. Those 1% lows aren't always an indicator of the performance. I mean, just look how smooth this game is running in 1080p. And it ran really well in 1440p too. I thought it was important that we grab our 1% lows both from 1440p and 1080p. In 1440p we had 22, and in 1080p we had 20. Remember, we need all these numbers later for the video. I'm still not sure if any of this helps us understand if this is a legendary processor or not, so I decided to Google what is legendary. Legendary describes something or someone so remarkably famous, celebrated, or extraordinary that they seem to belong to a fable or an ancient legend, which probably doesn't help us in this scenario. So I went ahead and typed in legendary PC parts. And here's what it gave me. The absolute pinnacle of legendary PC hardware can be categorized by era-defining processors and groundbreaking graphics cards. Well, that still didn't seem super specific. What if I went ahead and compared it to a brand new modern Intel processor? To be specific, the Intel Core Ultra 250KF+. This is a modern processor that is very reasonably priced, and I've tested it personally, and I've seen several benchmarkers on the YouTube space give it extremely favorable reviews. So I think this is a good competition to find out if this 4790K is legendary. So I decided that we should probably put that 250KF+ through the same exact test. First, starting out with 1440p. Here are the results of the 4790K. Here's the 250KF+, and if you take a look right in this circled area here, you'll notice the area that was improved, all of it. But wait, we're missing two tests. All the way up here are two games that had 300 FPS, Fortnite and Counter-Strike 2. And I did the same math to find out that the sum of all the games gave us an average FPS of 156. I didn't want to bore you guys with a bunch of other charts, so I'll just jump ahead to all of the results here for you. Wait, hold on, that can't be right. The title of this video is I ran 108 tests. Is the math right so far? I don't think the math is mathing. We ran the 4790K, the Core Ultra 250KF+, in 1080p, 1440p, and then both of them with things in the background, and each of them had 13 games. If you total that up, that's 52 each. But if you add those together, that only makes 104. That's not right. There should be 4 more tests to find out if this is a legendary CPU or not. And there are. Actually, we ran one of the golden standards for benchmarking, Cinebench. If you're unfamiliar with Cinebench, it is the industry standard benchmark by Maxon, trusted for evaluating real-world CPU and GPU performance across platforms. So I ran a Cinebench test, and if you're unfamiliar with it, this is kind of what it looks like. It can take a really long time, so I won't force you to watch all of this. And I ran both the single core and multi-core testing in Cinebench. And if you're unfamiliar with what those do, the reason they have their importance is single core's real-world applications include gaming, web browsing, and launching standard software, while multi-core is for 3D rendering, video editing, and software compilations. Ironically, I was actually going to do a video rendering test in DaVinci Resolve of this cute video here of my daughter skateboarding, but the results were pretty messed up and I didn't want to throw them in the study because I probably made a human error. Oh, and by the way, I'm actually giving this computer behind me away on June 15th. This has a Ryzen 5 7500F, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and a ROG Strix RTX 2080. Head over to my newsletter website and there you can check out some of the different options. We have the free version where you can find out the upcoming content of the channel. We have the biannual PC giveaway version where you're entered for the giveaway. And then we also have the option that if you want to help the channel grow, to support us there. Okay, back to the results of the Cinebench. Our i7-4090K scored 61 in single core, and in multi-core it was 274 points. The Ultra Core 250KF+ got 134 points, followed by 1,751. Now I did some pretty complicated math here that I'll put on the screen for you to find out that the 250KF+ was actually 462% better than the i7-4790K. So that got me thinking, and I decided to type this into Google, what percent has Intel improved from their 4th generation? And what I found is that you should expect anywhere from 400 to 1,000% improvement in modern hardware. So that got me thinking, we should probably go back to the gaming results to see how much the 250KF+ is actually improved upon the 4790K. So I found that if we took the sum of the 4790K's 1% lows and averages and the 250KF+, and then added all of that up, divided by some more numbers, multiplied by 100, we would find that the 250KF+ was 135% better. And if we looked back at our Cinebench test, it was 462% better. So if we're looking at the math here, the Google search said that it would probably be anywhere from 400 to 1,000% better. 400 I'm assuming is for the top tier stuff and 1,000% is for the slowest. So if we're at 400 and 135, hey, get out of here. Does that mean the i7-4790K is legendary?